Hey, what's up, y'all? Jack79 here. Today we are here to talk about Transformers Rise of the Beast. The Transformers franchise has always been kind of weird, in my opinion. My journey started in 2007. I know a lot of kids that are kind of born around that time. Their journey didn't start too much later, and then all the old heads, their journey started in like the mid 80s. But for me, I didn't really have any interest until the Michael Bay films, 2007. That was it for me. I saw the first one, I was enthralled with it. Saw the second one, meh. Saw the third one, meh. I didn't even give the fourth one a try. Saw it on TV, meh. Fifth one, I have still to this day have not seen it. Came back with Bumblebee. That was absolutely amazing. That's the best film in the franchise, I still say. But then now we have this the seventh one, Rise of the Beast. Cool. Ultimately, kind of meh in some spots, but overall, I enjoy the experience. Okay, let's talk about the time period of the movie first. This one takes place in the 90s. As you know, the Bumblebee kind of took place in the late 80s. Kind of makes sense because since it's a direct sequel. Actually, I'm very much a fan of that too, since the Transformers kind of originated back in the mid 80s anyway. So definitely a fan of that. Noah is a struggling teenager just trying to get a job to take care of his younger brother who has sickle cell disease, and his struggling single parent household. Mom just works and goes to school all the time to make a better life for her sons. Kind of cliche, but I see where they're going with it. Elena is a museum worker who has all of the knowledge. Her bosses suck and they don't really see her worth per se, cliche as well, but somehow she happens upon the Allspark type rock or magical rock that all of these Transformers films kind of center around. This new artifact has the power to manipulate time, to send them back in time to rebuild Cybertron or go back in any point in time period as well. Kind of the same thing here. It's just a race between the Autobots and the Decepticons to get this piece of rock to, further their own plans and goals. I'm not mad at it. It's kind of the same thing across all these films, like I said, but you know what you're getting into when you go into one of these films. So kind of the first time ever, at least for me, we kind of have a new Transformer protagonist that befriends the human protagonist that's not Bumblebee. We have a Mirage played by Pete Davis, of all people. He did all right. I really liked Pete's personality with Mirage. He was cool. He's a Porsche. He's got some really cool weapons. He was able to break off a piece of his arm and give it to Nate to, kind of protect himself. We've never seen that in a Transformers movie before. Could they all do that? Just be able to break off pieces of themselves like a gun to give it to the human protagonist to actually defend themselves instead of just run around and try not to die? So that's pretty cool. But yeah, like overall, I definitely enjoyed the relationship between Mirage and Nate. It was really cute. It was really funny. Especially him and his younger brother too. They had some cool lines like, "Hey man, protect my brother, or I'm coming after you." I really enjoyed those parts for sure. I know a lot of controversy has surrounded Pete and his personal life here lately, but personally, I don't really give a crap about any of that. But he did good in this movie. I was happy for him, truly. Then, of course, we have our main boy, Optimus. Optimus Prime in this film as well. He has his axes. He has his core, classic weapons, his guns. Optimus is going to Optimus in any Transformer movie he's in, man. He's going to have the best fight scenes. He's going to have the best choreography. He's the main Transformer of the franchise. So if you're coming to this movie to see Optimus be a badass, you're not going to be disappointed. Kind of gets his ass whooped by the main villain at the beginning of the film, but of course he always comes back and just somehow just mutilates all of the lesser Decepticons and then ends up taking out the main villain as well. Just cool, self-sacrificing. He's that cliche core hero that you want to aspire to be like. He's every little boy's hero as a child. You gotta love Optimus Prime. That's all it is to it. Peter Cullen comes back to voice him once again. I don't know if that man even does anything else in his Hollywood career other than voicing Optimus Prime, but that's really the only thing he needs to do. You enjoyed it. You go see a Transformers movie to see Optimus Prime. it does not disappoint here at all whatsoever. And then we have our main boy Bumblebee as well. Now, when it comes to Transformer protagonists that kind of befriends the main hero, I definitely prefer Bumblebee to Mirage. I don't know, I just like his personality better. And then he's just a good comfort. He's like a peanut butter and jelly. Like, you can never go wrong with a peanut butter and jelly. Toasted or plain, this is good. You're comfortable. You know it's going to be good. But it was cool to get a new kind of protagonist to take the center attention away from Optimus and Bumblebee. But, I still kind of missed him, though. Spoilers, Bumblebee does kind of get halfway killed throughout the middle of the film. But, if you've seen any Transformer movies, when one of these fools die, the only thing they have to do is just take the magical rock that they are searching for and just use that to bring it back to life, which in this case, they didn't even need that. They just brought some Cybertron energy back to Earth, and they just used that to bring Bumblebee back to life. All right, that's cool. That was kind of the main thing to do with Bumblebee's kind of core process within this film. I was kind of annoyed that Hailey Stein's character did not make any appearance or any mention at all whatsoever. I think Optimus kind of made a little sly comment like, yes, Bumblebee, I know you've had a connection with the humans before, but it's really all the mention of her character at all, which that's kind of a bad trope with these movies. I feel like once they move on from previous human counterparts, they're just never mentioned again. That always blew my mind. I don't know. Kind of a nitpick, but I know the movie is called Transformers, but just something that I have to mention. Optimus Primal, basically the King Kong of the Transformers world. He is a huge ape. If you like apes and how they fight and how King Kong fights, you're going to enjoy Optimus Primal. He is the de facto leader of the Transformers beast. He is the protector of half of the key of the magical artifact that both of the Autobots and the Decepticons need to take over the universe. And he just kind of plays that wise saying, wise cracking, I'm old and I like saying smart stuff. Oh, that's really it. Then we have RC. She's a motorcycle. She's a Transformer Autobot female motorcycle. Super cool. She had some of the best fight scenes and kind of the best racing scenes in the film as well. If you like motorcycles, you're going to like RC. I did find it fascinating that she's able to transform herself to have like a human riding atop her motorcycle as well. I guess, easier said than done if you can have the ability to transform yourself into anything you want if you scan it. But, I just found that cool. But really cool character. Oh, yeah, if you didn't know, she's played by Lisa Koshian, a very popular YouTuber turned actress. I always find it cool when YouTubers break from the YouTuber stand and really kind of break their way into Hollywood. So super cool for her. Then we have Michelle Yeoh as Arizora, transforming Hawk. Michelle Yeoh basically has fallen into that trope of also playing that wise, kind of wisdom-fueled character that kind of projects the main hero of the story to make the correct decisions, to make the right choices. No difference here. Unfortunately, she does meet her demise by the main villain because she gets corrupted by a piece of technology that hits her in one of her wings. And then she has to get taken out by Optimus Primal. Pretty cool fight scene. And she definitely had some of the best flying fight scenes in the film. So definitely enjoyed her character. However, a plot hole for me, I did find it kind of confusing. Since they brought Bumblebee back to life, couldn't they have used that same energy to bring her back to life too? Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. I just found that crazy. And we have Cheetor, a Transformer who can turn into a cheetah. Very creative name there, but super cool character. Runs really fast, obviously. I think my favorite part about this character is that when he transformed into his humanoid version, he had a really sick bow staff that he was spinning around and just taking dudes out. Probably one of my favorite fighters from the movie. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to specifically talk about every single Transformer from the movie, just the main core characters are my personal favorites, but Cheetor was definitely one of my favorites. And then we have our main antagonist, or the main henchman of the main villain, Scourge. He killed Bumblebee. He whooped the crap out of Optimus Prime at the beginning of the movie. He basically whooped all of the Autobots for about 80% of the movie. Then somehow Optimus and Nate and Mirage all teamed up together and was able to take him out towards the core end of the movie. He had some awesome moves. He was super strong. He sold his soul to Unicron to gain extra power and become damn near invincible. Super cool villain. I really enjoyed his fight scenes and his evilness. It was really cool. Then we have Unicron, a planet destroying, basically a Galactus style villain. The only thing he is designed to do is eat planets because that's how he gets his nourishment. Super cool, but he's a transformer. He's a transforming Galactus pretty much. It's not original at all, whoever wrote this. But cool, whatever, do what you do. But, of course, and then he's got to have descendants or disciples to do his bidding to prepare the planet. And that's where these guys come in. This guy has a rock that he throws at people, and I don't even remember his name. Like I said, I didn't remember all of the core Transformers name, but this dude was pretty cool as well. I feel like he kind of whooped a lot of the Autobots throughout the majority of the movie as well. He gets taken out by Optimus towards the core end of the film. Really cool, man. So I've been calling this fool Nate throughout the entire review, but his name is actually Noah. Oh my God. I'm such a noob. Sorry, guys. It's early. But then, towards the tail end of the final battle where, you get that all hope is lost. Optimus is about to lose. Mirage is pretty much broken in two. Scourge is whooping their ass. And then somehow Mirage gives his suit to Nate and basically turns him into a Power Ranger. And Noah somehow automatically knows all of his moves. I don't know if Mirage is talking to Noah through the suit to tell him what to do or just guiding the suit. I didn't know who was guiding the suit, Noah or Mirage, but they looked awesome. I can't even lie. It was probably my favorite part of the fights of the entire movie. Just so whoever came up with that idea, bravo. Transformer Power Ranger suits. Gotta love it. Now I'm curious, can any of the other Transformers just do that? Just give them a part of their suit to turn the humanoid counterpart into a Power Ranger? I'm just curious, I'm sure there was a few times during the Sam Witwicky movies where he could have used a suit of some sort. Dash Bumblebee, thanks for the help. No thanks. But ultimately, did I overall enjoy this movie? I'm going to say yes, man. Set pieces, definitely one of my favorites as well. You got 90s style Brooklyn. Peru took place a lot of the movie as well. Then we have our fight scenes. You go to the Transformers movie to see the action, the race car driving, and the fight scenes. You definitely should understand what you're getting when you're going to see a Transformers movie. You're not getting the deep-rooted, super interactive story. I mean, sometimes, maybe from time to time, they've tried to do that sometimes, but I feel like when they do that, it falls flat on their face. They need to just keep the story simple, keep the humanoid characters simple, and then you can find some success with these movies, truly. But then we get to our end credit scene and we get the kablammy. It's collaboration time. So it looks like from this moment forward, G.I. Joe would be introduced into the Transformers movieverse. So that's super cool. Personally, I've never been a fan of the G.I. Joe franchise. I mean, I do know the core characters, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, so on and so forth. So it really be really cool to see maybe some Transformers take on some G.I. Joe or vice versa, man. So I'm really interested to see where that takes us. Of course, everybody is trying to introduce their own integrated universe like Marvel, Disney, DC, so on and so forth. So it kind of makes sense for Hasbro to do that with their own franchises with Transformers and G.I. Joe. So hopefully it doesn't fall flat on its face. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. So if you made it this far in the video, it should be pretty obvious by now that I did enjoy this movie. Definitely not my favorite movie of the year by far, not even my favorite Transformers movie, but ultimately I enjoyed this movie enough to say that I would definitely go see the sequel to this one when it eventually comes out. As obviously, we know what we're getting. I don't know if I'm quite ready to hop into a G.I. Joe franchise yet, maybe, but we'll see, man. So, okay, as always, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, thank you guys for the love and support. Can never be more grateful for that. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. Catch you guys later. Bye.